And welcome back. Hi, my name is Kristy. I'm located in Massachusetts, Zone 6, with an average last frost date of May 15th. And today we're going to go ahead and do a really quick round of seed starting some sage. So I want to go ahead and use this more for my cut flower stand that I plan on getting out this year, and also saving it for drying because these are just so pretty and I couldn't pass them up. And I probably have about 20 minutes before nap time is over because somehow my kids are still napping, which is like a miracle in itself. So all I'm gonna go ahead and do is just maybe get 2 6L count trays going. I'll probably just do one of blue, one of red. I'm starting to get a little bit tight in the amount of space I have left where I wanna go ahead and have my cut flowers. This is gonna be more of like a nice little filler flower, and also for drying to go with my straw flower and gomphrena. And I just wanted to go ahead and just add a little bit more color to them. So sage, you want to go ahead and start anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks before your average last frost date. And I did read that it takes anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks to go ahead and germinate. So that is why I'm going to go ahead and try and scrunch it in. I feel like I can do it. It just needs light to germinate, so you don't really want to go ahead and cover them. So I'm just going to go ahead, press them in the soil, put a fine layer of vermiculite in, and we're just going to go ahead and just do a really quick whirlwind seed starting. I don't know. I'm just hoping I can get this in again before someone wakes up. So let's get to it. So sage is annual. So I'm only going to do a little bit of it. Again, hoping just to go ahead and just harvest it and dry it. And I don't need too much of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and, as you can see, super unprepared, get these going. So I'm going to do one of each. I actually have 2 spots left on my heat mats, so I can go ahead and just plug these in there. And new ones are always so hard to get out. So I got 2 different varieties. I have a blue and a scarlet. This one says it's a half hardy perennial, but is grown as an annual. This light violet flower is beautiful in the garden for fine and cut flowers. It lasts longer in the fall than most flowers. So it says this one right here, just so 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost date. Cover seed lightly as light aids germination. Plant seed or transplants outdoor after the last danger of frost. So definitely know that. This one says germinates in 10 to 15 days. And then I have this one right here that I believe I got at Smithlands locally. And this one says cover with 1/8 of an inch of fine soil, well pressed down, and keep moist until they grow. And again, 10 to 15 days. And this one, it grows masses or as a hedge. So this, I don't know, maybe we'll have to find a new spot for this. Again, I am doing some last minute seed starting. I feel like this is how it is normally in a household. Like you're like, oh, that looks great. Let's just go ahead and grab some. I don't know, or maybe that's just me. So I still have some soil left over from when I was starting my marigolds. So I have my seed starting mix. It's already pre-moistened. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. And I actually dumped in some seed starting mix that I am reusing from my tomato starts. So who knows, I might have a tomato seedling popping through. I didn't care to just go ahead and chuck it. So I'm just like, you know what, it's just a tiny bit. I'm just gonna go ahead and just add it. So we're just gonna go ahead and lightly press this in. So we have 1. And if I was not recording and, you know, making these little videos, this is what it would be like. It'd literally be me chucking dirt into here and trying to get it done as fast as possible. I do that sometimes at night once the kids are asleep. If I'm behind on something, or I only sown a little bit and then later on I feel like I needed more, I will just come in at, you know, 8, 9 o'clock at night and just get some seeds started. And especially if I have room on the heat mat, knowing that I probably won't do too much more during the work week. So, all right, so we have 1 for red and 1 for blue. We are gonna go ahead and make sure you get your plant tag. So I always have those on hand. So I have 2 right here. And I'll just go ahead and just change the camera angle so you can go ahead and see me seed starting. We have it nice and hopefully close and set up to you. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my blue sage. And again, these are annuals and today is March 16th. So I'll have my blue here, and then I have my scarlet, and don't mind my counter, it is filled with dirt, even though I just vacuumed. So guess we're just gonna get things messy again. All right, so it says that they do grow, the red one, it grows about 12 inches, and the blue one can go up to 2.5 feet. Oh my goodness. So again, that is why it's super important, even though I'm not planting them all, you keep your seed packets, because you're gonna definitely need to go ahead and reference them later. And I didn't find too much about sage when I was looking it up. All right, so we have the blue, and they are super tiny. So I'm gonna go ahead and it's easy enough to go ahead and pick them up. I will definitely be putting 2 in. I guess I should have just pushed this down a little bit more, because I just saw one kind of seep through a crack. All right, so I'm trying to do at least 2, but I feel like 3 or 4 might be going ahead in here. That's all right. It says to go ahead and also thin them out if you need to. But for me, I'll probably just go ahead and pot them up. All right, so the blue one is all set. So I probably, again, did about 3 or 4. So this is the brand. I'm pretty sure that it's both from Smithlands. And then we'll do the scarlet. There's just so many places and that I've been going to. Sometimes it's just very hard for me to keep track. All right, and then we have the scarlet. Again, they're much larger to go ahead and pick up by hand compared to feverfew. So I don't believe you need a toothpick unless you really do not want to overseed. All right, that looks good. Oh, see, I just dropped one. Make sure it gets in there. All right, so we have that. So I'm not gonna go ahead and cover them. Actually, you know what? I might just go ahead and sprinkle a tiny dusting. And then we'll gently press them in, and then I will just go ahead and add a very light layer of vermiculite. All right. So it looks like the red is all set. And here is for the blue. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and, as always, take the spray bottle and just get them nice and moist on top. And then I am going to call it a day. And then the heat mat is gonna be around 70 degrees. So hopefully that will be good for them. And voila, we did a quick, fast seed starting. And just like that, we did it. I wanna say it was less than 10 minutes to go ahead and get these all set up. So I have them right here. I'm gonna go ahead and get them on the heat mat in the humidity dome. I had 2 spots left, so that should be perfect for them. And we'll see how long they take. Again, it says anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks when I read online, anywhere from 10 to 15 days on the seed packets. So we shall see. I did overseed them because, well, let's just be honest, I tend to do that with everything. I was dying when I was making my Dahlia video, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm only gonna do, you know, some of them, and then I did like all of them. It was just lies. So I started a good amount. Still have a bunch left to go ahead and save for next year. I wanna go ahead and say thank you for just, you know, the patience in seeing what reality sometimes is like with seed starting as a full-time mom with 2 kids, and you're just trying to scramble to get things going. I feel like I'm very far behind. I was supposed to start straw flower this weekend, and that doesn't look like it's gonna happen. And I was also supposed to start a couple of other things. Celosia, that didn't happen, so I'm gonna have to pull some all-nighters or just really focus in next weekend and making sure I get some more seed starting. So thanks for hanging out with me on this nice quick video. If you want to go ahead and stay updated and see what's happening in this crazy life of ours, just go ahead and click like and subscribe and hit that bell button. Let me know if you feel like you're also falling behind on that seed starting, or if you're feeling rushed, or you might just have to fine tune it and not plant all the things like I feel like I might have to do, or just even maybe direct seed or get things in the fall. I don't know. There's just so much to do, so little time. So until next time, I will see you later. Bye.